Hello, saber junkies. Well, it's been a while since I made a video. I have been slowing down, I guess you could say. Taking time off and just pacing myself. It was just a straight, solid, more than 5 years of nothing but work. And finally, I've got to a point in life where I can take it easy just a little bit. And I have awesome customers that understand this and appreciate the fact that I don't do this full time. And speaking of awesome customers, this one is for a customer, and he sent me this Saberbay Imp Sword. Now this is the box for it. And I wish I had a picture of what it looked like beforehand. Maybe I will throw one up here in the corner or something. Show a picture of it like right here. But I did a lot to this. My customer was very specific. He wanted a crystal chamber, and he wanted this piece that he sent me, which is a claw from Saber Forge, I'm pretty sure. And he wanted it mounted up here like that. As we went through, things changed. Different aspects of it changed. For instance, the silver that you see right here was not in the original design. And the silver here, what I wound up doing is showing him, I mean, we just worked together, and we worked together good. So when it came to things like this, can you make that silver? I said, no problem, you know. Taped it up, put it in the lathe, exposed the metal, buffed it up, taped this up, put it in the lathe, exposed the metal. And when it came to like this piece here, these were the original holes, but he wanted it up higher, so I wound up putting this in the mill and drilling that out so that it could be higher up. Put in a different set of buttons here. It's a guy off Etsy, and he makes these buttons, and I, for the life of me, cannot think of the name right now. Yeah, originally this was black, and this was chrome, and I sandblasted everything off, and I turned this down so that it could account for the thickness of the powder coating. That is a lesson that was kind of hard learned right there. It was a very tight fit. So I turned it down, did this translucent gold from prismatic powders, and it turned out, I mean, if you look at it here, this is brass. The crystal chamber I made out of a solid piece of brass. And then you look at the powder coating here, which was powder coated over a silver color, and it's translucent, and it looks like the brass. It just turned out so good. I was definitely really pleased with the way that it turned out. Yeah, did the outside, which if you can tell on video, it's got a texture to it. The powder on this is it's called Blackjack by Prismatic Powders. It's a really cool, you know, just feel to it. It turned out really nice. Now the crystal chamber, like I said, I built this out of one solid piece, bored out the core. These two pieces here that are holding the crystal in are actually pieces that were made by Craft Cloud, or I may have used somebody else. I've been trying different ones because Craft Cloud has become so expensive, it's insane. This is tubing. All of these are tubing, and it's kind of hard to tell, but I drilled holes here, and then we talked about it, you know, and I had thought about putting these tubing in the holes and bending them to each hole because it was just open, and he said, let's go for this, so that's what I did this morning. So all of this upper part is basically one piece, and it's held in by this bolt right here. So I was able to utilize that to hold in the upper chassis. Now let's take a look at the bottom chassis. Now this slides out extremely easy. It does not have a kill switch. Right now it's in sleep mode, which is goes off every 5 minutes. So if you don't use it for 5 minutes, then it goes off. This was a really tight fit here in order to get this in what I call series. This is a series. It's a speaker, battery, board, buttons in series. And this is the type of install I like, simply because the battery and the board do not sit on top of each other, and so it gives it some more flexibility as far as, you know, what you can do with it and just the overall look of it. And I like how this come out. I really like the way it come together. So here we have the SD card, which sits really close, really close to this positive pad right there. Now that is not going to cause any problems because it does make it easier to get out when it sets that low. But like I said, this was a really tight build. Part of me had considered putting in a kill switch underneath here somewhere, but it was really such a tight build that I opted instead for going ahead and using the space for the accent LEDs, which my customer said he did want. And it's not difficult to pull out a battery. Now, just without even putting it in the hilt, it sounds good. So this does not have swing on, which is something I really like, but specifically he asked for not putting the swing on, so it doesn't have that. It does have a few other functions, like the triple power, which is the boot sound. Like, you pull this out and you put that in. Oh, now, what is it not going to do it? There it is. So that's your boot sound. So you get the same thing. The purpose of this is it doesn't have a kill switch, and you would have to go in and take the battery out and put it back in order to utilize that sound. But with this, you can go through each font and you can have that boot sound, so you know what it is. You know, as with sound fonts, there's all kinds of different sounds, and I like to utilize them as much as possible. So I have that, and I have Anakin as the voice pack. Thank you once again, Brian Connor, for creating these voice packs.
Enter volume menu. Maximum volume. Exit volume menu.
I've got it to where you can turn it up quite a bit. Just in case you need to, but I usually have it about 5 clicks from the top, which means it's setting around 2100, somewhere in that range, but it can go all the way up to 25. It's a 28mm speaker. It's a 4-ohm 3-watt speaker, and it comes from sabers, and it sounds awesome. And it will take quite a bit of power. So I got everything lined up just right. Slide this in here. See, it's already touching with the pins. But when you tighten this up, it compresses the pins. Use this to tighten, not this, because it could move that, and you don't want to move that. You can loosen it up and tighten it up. Just, you know, if you don't want it this way, if you want it the other way, you can loosen it, and you can turn it wherever you want. That's just the way it's designed. So this does have auto blaster blocks, which is you can do that for as long as you want until you run out of steam. Stop doing it for just a moment, and then it will stop doing that. It's a really cool feature, I think. So it also has where you can go through the blade styles, go through the sound fonts without turning off the hilt. So that is the last sound font, and that's the first. So if you want to say, let's hear the boot sound. Gotta do it fast.
My ally is the Force.
So on the crystal chamber, I actually went through and kind of upgraded my crystal chamber.
Darth Vader.
I wanted more specific blade styles for the crystal chamber. Some really cool blade styles because I'm utilizing here, I didn't even say this, I'm using the 9 LED 10 millimeter PCBs from the Cantina. So I got these from Gary. These are my last 2, so I've got to get more. So you have 9 here, 9 here. Now what I've done also is, there you have another animation. So here's the way this is done with the chassis the way that it is right now as I run these in series and use sub blades. So the sub blade for the crystal chamber runs out of that up to the PCB for the shock, and it utilizes the 16 LEDs on the PCB up here, and then it does the main blade. And so that's the way I've got that programmed.
I'm right.
So yeah, some really cool crystal animations.
Dark Jedi.
Wanted something unique for this. I spent all morning just kind of going through the crystal chamber, different blade styles and stuff, and using the blade style editor that Frederick has up free online, and just changing things on that. Now, just like I told my customer, there are, background sounds. So
Synergy.
You have this one. Each one of them has their own sound. I think there's only one that doesn't. Now, if you want to change the color, you have to be with the hilt on. You hit the auxiliary and then the power button, and that takes you into color change mode. And then you just rotate the hilt. Now, let's say you get over here and you want to save it. Actually, I hit the wrong button. It's the power button that saves it. So now you have this saved color. But let's say you want to go back to the other one. You just get back into color change and then hit the auxiliary. And you went right back to the original color. And that comes in handy, because you may want to fiddle around with it and make different colors, but eventually you may want to go right back to the original color.
They're pod racing on Malastare. Very fast, very dangerous.
So yeah, really that is about it. I could go through all of the buttons and everything that they do. I went through, a few of them, but there's other things that you can do with the buttons. And this is a props file that Brian, Connor, and I created. I've altered it over the years, just small things that I wanted it to do. like the triple click. I'm actually quite happy with the fact that I can go in and alter the props file, which is something I never would have thought I'd been able to do when I first learned and started learning the Profi board. Profi. So anyway, this comes out really easy. Slides right out. When you lay this down with this in, you're going to hit the button. Just something you'll know if it starts coming on and stuff, because it can't lay straight like this on just this. Maybe you'll have a stand for it or something, I'm not sure, but usually when you lay it down, it hits the button. I should also say that these buttons you have to press on. It's not, like a click button, so it's not a quick click. You have to press on it pretty solid. Each one has different animations on the accent LEDs. So, let me see something. Hold on.
What the hell are you?
That triple click does get, have a little bit of getting used to. I wanted to show this blade style. I don't know how clear you can see it on the video, but you have kind of a white, yellow, and red here, which makes it look like the Predator's infrared vision. So yeah, that is pretty much it on this one. This was quite the job. Tight spaces, a lot of wire management, and a challenge, which you guys know that I like a challenge.
I survived Order 66. I am a lone outcast.
I am hopeful that my customer really enjoys this hilt. I could be wrong, but it may be his first custom hilt. So I wanted to do a really good job on it and put in the extra work just, for him to have everything like he wanted. And so going the extra mile is sometimes worth it. It's always worth it, when you have good customers like I do. So that's it, you guys. I hope that you guys have a great one, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.